Good day! Welcome to my reflective video presentation on my portfolio and my first semester work. To begin, the purpose of this video is to present my portfolio, answering key questions surrounding its creation and to present an additional reflective understanding of my first semester's work. To start with, I created my portfolio with the core content focusing on the following core competencies which I have developed in my semester so far. I felt that by constructing the portfolio in this way, it would grant me the greatest flexibility in showcasing my personal and professional improvements while reflecting on them. In the individual pages for each competency, I provide my understanding of what the competency means and how health system sciences has educated me about it. For my complete, in-depth rationale on the construction of my portfolio, please have a look at my preface page, which is constructed in the form of an essay, but separated into specific, easier-to-read sections. Additionally, I have specific components of each competency I elaborate further on with, again, my understanding of what that component entails, how I have grown in that component, with the relevant artifact I have chosen to showcase my growth. Most artifacts that I make use of in my competencies are all class activities, group assignments, or individual assignment work which I found best shows my growth. I specifically structured it so that the artifacts showed the fruit of my efforts alongside a personal reflection on how the work was created, how it grew me, and how I will be taking what I learned into the future. I feel that this way of presenting my work is the most illustrative and complete way of showing my professional development and personal growth. My HSS competencies specifically, I have set up as mainly a self-reflective section on each subtopic to my own HSS skills I have developed, and I have left space for future editing when I can present future artifacts more appropriate for their sections. My continuous professional development is also being developed in parallel with my year's work with a focus on 4 competencies in relation to my strengths and weaknesses based on my personality type. The artifacts I have chosen in this section are not a part of the health system science course directly, but are externally sourced for my own personal development. Through producing this video, I have gained even more appreciation for the level of work that I have covered and my own personal abilities that I have developed. To take an excerpt from my own reflection, professionally, my ability and malleability to work in a variety of environments has improved immensely with the varied team members in group projects, varied team roles I have fulfilled, and the different types of work I have completed, including presentations and academic essays. But what does this mean in a broader health systems context? By studying the theory of health systems themselves, and looking at the real-world context that this theory can be found in, I have gained a solid foundation in my base understanding of how a health system can operate on a theoretical level, while appreciating complex and often difficult challenges that each individual system faces. This type of learning has been transformative of my older opinions or perceptions because the health system I know now is more in-depth and intricate than the health system I knew at the beginning of this year and last year. While I admit that by myself I am unable to solve health challenges that our health system faces, I can identify them because of my developed competencies as well as create tentative solutions with my peers and future colleagues. I have learned that solving a problem in the health system requires the help of several involved, highly competent individuals that can gather themselves and key stakeholders to become an unstoppable force for change. With that being said, I do not have a complete grasp of the health system as a whole, nor have I fully developed my own competencies or supplemented my knowledge nearly enough. Without being too sardonic, I can summarize my current understanding in the following 3 sentences. I know what I know what I don't know, and I don't know what I don't know. I need to not only learn more theory, but learn and understand the context and situations that exists in the real world, all while keeping an open mind to learning about concepts or practical work which I have never considered or even heard of. This is very reminiscent of a quote by Julius Caesar: "Experience is the teacher of all things," which in my opinion is the only way I will deepen my health systems knowledge as much as possible. Currently, I still have another semester of health system sciences ahead of me, where I can make use of the competencies I have developed, refine their components further, and learn all new facets around them. To become the highly competent individual I see myself as one day, I will strive to deepen my knowledge of what I know while eagerly embracing the knowledge of what I do not know.